and you'll heal for 1, 2, 3 wounds.
It also increases by 2 with mend.
Yes, so it'd be 1, 2, 3.
So it still would be 3 then?
Yeah, because for healing you don't get to add your characteristic to it. And yeah, do it.
Oh, well, I guess then. I mean, it says heal spells cast by the user increase by 2. I don't know.
Yeah, so you got the 1 success and then
Okay.
the 2 more from that, so it's total.
Okay. I just don't get the symbols.
Well, the advantages are for either you can recover his strain or your own strain.
Oh no, it's okay. Just keep going.
Well, I mean, you still get to spend those.
I mean, he can have them.
Foe?
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, you are still engaged with Hare.
But the real question is, when's the wedding?
Right now, till death do us part, you son of a bitch.
And that death is gonna be yours.
All right. He's
Using
berserking.
Berserk?
He's going ghost.
Still typing, so I'm assuming something else too. Painful blow.
All right. Oh, that hits. And so that's going to be.
Aim.
Yeah, I threw that in too. That's going to be 10. 6 points of damage, and yes, that's definitely going to be that. That said, oh, that's actually 1 more damage and 2 less strain. So you're going to suffer 2 strain from the exertion as you swing into him, and he kind of licking his wound as you clip him right in the side of his leg. He kind of almost dips down for a second, and he's not looking so hot either as things are kind of going. Next player turn. Cutter is also still used life or death, so all attacks against him do deal double damage.
Can I go next?
Yeah, do it.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to use Frenzied Attack and attack him.
Oh shit.
That's good.
Cutter's got 3 evasion and 1 adversary.
Is adversary another setback or?
Adversary is an upgrade, so it'll be against 1 purple, 1 black, or 1 purple, 1 red, and 3 black.
And then I got 1 boost die from Betty's first round.
Yes, yeah, we forgot to add that, so go ahead and do that now.
That look good?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
You can try and re-roll one of them if you want.
How does everybody else feel about that?
Re-roll the gold! Re-roll the gold!
Oh shit!
Thank you.
Well,
it's still not a success, unfortunately. But you do do well because there's 1 failure and 1.
Oh, okay. I didn't see those 2 rolls. My bad.
Yeah, so it unfortunately still if you want, I will let you spend another story point to re-roll that other blank because I like you.
Do it!
We should probably start to save.
Yeah, no, I'd be again. It was really cool, but I'll hold off on it.
Fair enough. So what would you like to do with the triumph? You can upgrade somebody's check.
Who's Duke is next to me?
Duke and Cecil are both next to you.
Yeah, I'll upgrade, or I'll give the stuff to Cecil.
All right.
Because I figured he's gonna hold on to bodyguard. Could you have to continue holding bodyguard, or?
Well, bodyguard is a maneuver, but
Okay.
but you just give it to Cecil, so,
Yeah,
so that she can do cool stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
I am unshifted, so it'll be useful.
So Hare goes next. And he looks to the low dogs being hounded by Anna and is like, "All right, boys, time to cut some losses. And Bo, he backs up from you for a second, and he twirls, pulls his gun up, and is going to once again use his ranger ability to use Hunter's Mark. Or Hunter's Quarry, rather. Hang on one second. And he whirls around with a pistol and he shoots it at the group of you guys, but it doesn't hit any of you. It actually hits Cutter in the foot. And he uses Hunter's Quarry on Cutter, which will upgrade any ability checks that go against him for the remainder of the fight.
So he's seen the error of his ways.
Or he's cutting his losses.
Either way!
Needless to say, the Low Dogs, seeing what Hera is doing, is going to... They're going to go ahead and shoot Cutter to see if this gambit of his works. And yeah, so they're going to get a free upgrade. And so that'll deal 10, 11, 12 points of damage.
Sleazy behavior.
And as they let go with they kind of disengage from Anna and take some shots at him and it kind of hits him and it clips him and he kind of goes down to one knee on it. And he's like, "You treacherous bastards!" And it's a player turn. And so, Cecil, do you want to go? You, Delphine.
I'm gonna hold my action for another moment.
I mean, I can attempt to snipe.
Yeah.
Pwn some noobs.
There we go.
You can go and you can go ahead and since you did forget the frenzied attack, do you want to give Cecil 2 upgrades, or do you want to give Delphine an upgrade?
I'll give one to Delphine
Okay.
because I already did Cecil.
Cool. So,
So yeah, you get a
Yes.
free upgrade. Are you taking a shot at Cutter then?
I mean, if everybody's doing it,
It
might
is
as
the cool
well.
thing to do. So it's
So
going to
I
be
get to-
against. Yeah, it'll be against 1 red, 2 black, and then you're going to get a free upgrade, 2 free upgrades, 2 free positive upgrades.
Okay, 1, 2. I'm assuming that my maneuver I had taken strain before from to aim doesn't count now because of the assassination attempt.
He missed, so you still have it. You didn't take any damage.
Okay, cool. So then can I use my maneuver now to aim again?
Yes. And are you trying to make this non-lethal, or are you going for a kill shot?
All of Delphine's blows are non-lethal.
So in that case, add 1 setback dice instead.
Okay, so not
Kill,
the second
kill,
boost dice,
kill.
but another.
Yeah, instead of getting 2 boost dice for aiming, you instead add 1 setback, but make it non-lethal.
Okay, hold. How do I get rid of that?
Oh,
I don't-
just double click on the dice in the pool.
Okay, cool. There we go. That way I don't have to redo the whole thing. That's a nifty thing
Yeah.
to have. All right. Well,
And
tried.
so as you take a shot, it goes a little bit wide, and it just barely misses him. But you do have 2 advantages. You can give boost dice to the next player. You can recover strain.
I have no strain right now, so I will go ahead and give a boost dice to the next player.
All right. And who would like to go next? It's all of you guys at this point.
Isn't it like Cecil and then
Yeah. So Cecil,
The
Duke,
NPCs.
Anna, and Orion.
and then the NPCs?
Do you want to eat them, Cecil?
I can't transform.
Oh wait, you're a human.
Yeah,
Or you're in your person form.
I can't transform.
She
Or you can still just
try to eat
you
him.
still hit him.
I can
Yeah.
Maybe the ankle.
And then if you were to go next, you would have Hodin's upgrade and my boost dice, so it might be good.
Yeah, I'll take that. I was considering other things, but if these guys are going to be super wusses about it, we
Well,
just
I
need,
mean,
we just need to be able to catch them before they book it. If that's how they're going to play this,
I mean, while they're distracted trying to kill their acquaintance. I mean,
their guy.
their associate. You can eat. No, not eat him, but like nip him in the ankle. Punch him in the dick, Cecil. You're short enough.
Pew.
Just land on him.
Cecil executes a flawless dick punch at Penelope's behest. Anyway,
Thank you.
I'm gonna fight Cutter because he's here.
do it.
What's the difficulty?
It's gonna be against 1 red, 1 purple, and 3 black. But you're going to get a free upgrade and a boost dice.
An upgrade. Okay. That's annoying. That's a weird roll, but I'll take it. You.
Well,
I don't know how to human
Oh,
fight.
there's another upgrade. You get roll another green for me because
Okay.
of the hunter mark.
Oh
hunter square.
yeah.
Hey, that works.
Hey, I know. I kind of know how to human fight.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that should be that.
So describe how you beat him. That was actually exactly enough to beat him.
I do know how to human fight. That went in different directions. Still feeling the bee stone hot in her hand. She looks down at it one more time, and instead of attempting to exert the effort at this point, because this is clearly wrapping up, I'd say that's enough. And she's gonna she flies up or she takes up off the ground and executes a wonderful spin kick right to the back of his head, and Cutter just falls to the ground as she hovers over him.
And with that, the last of the ones that seem to be fighting you falls. As he spittle kind of falling from his like spewing from his mouth at a glorious spin kick. You probably got a tooth. It hurt your foot a little bit. He's got a thick skull.
Oh,
But-
you got a trophy.
Oh yeah, they wanted a trophy, and so we got one.
We got his tooth.
And
I wear it on a necklace.
and so Hare and the others, weapons still drawn, look at all of you and are like, all right. We can decide where this goes now. I'm a smart enough man to know that this ain't about picking up where we left off. I know where those villagers are. Got to get there quick. If they didn't get word from Quick every 3 hours, our boys that are there are going to torch the whole place. If you guys come in swinging, they're a bunch of cowards. They'll go run it. I tell you where it is. You let me and the boys walk. That sound fair to you? One of our ideas to be burning things. That was Quick's. He's the one what took bribes from Legolan, from some of the more corrupted Legolan generals. Not me. This war is heating up far too much for me to be interested in staying in it anymore.
See. Hodin turns to face him and is just kind of just very quietly staring at him and trying to look menacingly, but really is pondering the decision.
I can give you names.
Those would be useful if we were here to invade. Perhaps find a accord with dissenters among this country. that's not our goal. You see, we came here to give the people here a chance to decide for themselves where they wanted to stand in life. To not be bound by traditions of non-magical or magical, beast folk or man. Where I'm standing, you've made your choices.
We all make tough choices. It's how you survive out here. But you don't want folk bound against their will and burning up in a little cottage. Then you let me walk. I'll tell you exactly where you can find all of them. Men,
How-
women, children, human, Lagus, Togwell. They're all there.
How do I know you're not lying?
Because I'm not an idiot. And I want to walk away from this stage just as much as all of you do.
You'll walk. You'll lead us there.
And how do I know that you're not just going to turn around and throw me in chains as soon as you find the place?
Well, you can have chains around your corpse, you can have chains around your living body. But honestly, all of this talk goes a little bit beyond my station. I know what I want, and fortunately, I'm in the service of a man who prides a certain degree of independence, but I will not be the one who casts judgment. Give us the location, and I will spare you my judgment.
What about the rest of you folks? I reckon I could outrun all of you in these forests if I needed to. But I'm less willing to take that risk than I am to take this one. Last year, any of you will ever see me. And you'll save a lot of innocent folk.
Hmm.
That's what you all was preaching, right? Saving innocent folk? Rescuing Lagus and Togwell? Breaking their chains? Well, they're literally in chains up there. They ain't getting out of that building if it goes up.
Hmm. Well, I suppose you're leading us there now.
You know I ain't stupid. The minute you see that place, I know you'll all collapse on me. I ain't no damn fool.
Or someone stays here with you until they come back. Remaining in neutral territory.
Make a negotiation check.
I have that. Does anyone help Cecil out with the negotiation check?
I can help. I
Thank
have
you.
a rank, but that also means that I can use helping hand.
It's gonna be against just 3 difficulty.
I don't negotiate. I just intimidate.
3
Helping
difficulty.
hand can give you 2 boost dice.
Thank you, because I think I still have the highest negotiation. But
Yeah.
I was like, I know that Delphine has helping hand, and we did this before. Where are
boost
you?
dice. 2 boost dice. I'll be the
Um,
Morgan right now.
Yeah. And I don't think I have anything else. these. And this is not a proper upbringing situation.
No.
We're in the middle of the woods.
with a criminal and guns drawn.
You got a tooth on your necklace right now.
I'm
Like,
so
this is-
pretty.
This is the least
Ryan, do you
proper
like my
upbringing.
tooth? Yes, we'll make the royal ring out of it.
Yay!
My God, you already drill holes in like that already hole riddled tooth.
Gross. Fucking gingivitis nonsense. Anyway, let's roll this.
Where are your
Ruby.
fruits?
Bah. I could roll one of the boost dice, but I really want to save those.
That is entirely your call.
We still have a the whole meaning of our mission, it has yet to be done. And if this is
Yeah.
our pool, I'm a little bit worried. And so
Yeah.
if this guy picks a fight, I'd rather fight with him than go toe to toe with a magister and not have an upgrade.
Sorry,
Yeah.
miss. I'm looking out for my own hide here.
Then where are they?
I'll tell you. As long as I have your word, you ain't gonna follow us when we leave. You've got my own honor that I won't be giving you or any of your folk any more trouble. This war's got way too hot for us. Quick was a damn fool and a bastard. Damn fool and bastard enough to make a dead man appear in a flash of light and turn him into dust. Damn fool enough to get whatever the fuck you just turned into, he says, looking over at Hoden, and whatever the fuck you just turned into, looking over at Cecil. I'm smart enough to know not to pick fight with that.
Is there such a thing as... Oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
Oh, insight checks, do they exist in this realm?
What?
Like,
Can I
Tell-
check if he's lying?
yeah, that. Thank you, Betty.
Go ahead and make a oh shit.
Perception?
No, vigilance check against
I'm not
it'd be
fucking making
against-
it. Never mind.
Is it? Can anyone roll it, or is it? Just...
yeah, anybody can roll it. It's
Alright,
against
sweet.
two purple, or sorry, one purple and two red.
I'll still
Yeah.
roll it, even if I have a bitch-ass vigilance.
I have 3. No, I have 2 willpower because it's willpower fuck. I do have a rank in vigilance though. I can help.
Same.
I don't have it.
Oh, hey!
While people are rolling that, Delphine would interject.
Excuse me, but you speak of honor, and yet you took advantage of people in a terrible situation. So how do we know that you won't just do this again? You say we have your word, but do we really?
I succeeded. Do we really have his word?
And you would all say that you had your word, but do you really? It goes both ways, little miss. It goes both ways. He seems genuinely frightened, like genuinely like not looking to pick a fight right now.
God, I really
That
just
much
wanna
you
kill
can
them.
definitely tell.
That's fair. But also, I think the hostages are a better statement than killing him.
So, if we
Um,
let you go, and we let you walk,
I have a thing
You
real
said-
quick.
Okay.
Once you're done. Sorry, I
Oh.
just wanted to before we. That was mainly for Eric. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
to be clear, you say you won't give us or our people any trouble anymore. Does that mean you'll also stop setting fires to innocent villages and stop essentially murdering people who have nothing to do with this conflict?
Look, miss, I told you that was quick. Quick's a pile of ash now. I'm not a monster. I'm just alive. Much more than I can say about that bastard.
I mean, you still joined him too. That kind of makes you a bitch.
Fair. But
This-
if no one else is opposed to it, time is wasting on our clock and on their clock. At this point now, we're not going to get anything else from him. But I would request Cecil holds out a hand, like comes forward and holds out a hand. I would request our uniforms back.
He shrugs. Ain't got no problem with that. Come on, boys. And
And by the way,
they'll take up. It's like the upper like stuff,
Yeah.
like the stuff clothes underneath it,
Oh, thank
and they'll throw
God
it
they
in a
weren't
pile in
undressing.
front of them.
I don't give a shit if they're undressing. I want that shit back.
Yeah, they'll
Nice.
they'll
Set 'em
take
on
off
fire.
the tunics and the sigils, and they'll toss it on the ground in front of you.
Anything else?
Anything that could identify you as Blood of Lagala, which you are not.
Yeah, they don't have anything left. Just their weapons, which aren't particularly Blood of Legala or anything.
Oh, right. Should we light up the uniforms?
I mean, if you want.
I mean, we could take them back and give them to other people who need them.
We could, but like,
Ain't
look who
cheap.
wore them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you could redeem the clothing.
Well, also taking back the uniforms to the Archbishop group, as well as the hostages, could essentially
Yeah.
say like the situation is resolved. If we burn the uniforms, then we have no proof that like we've
That's
actually
true.
interacted with them.
Yeah, that was kind of the.
So who wants to carry them?
And I can. I don't care.
And I'm sure that the horses have saddlebags.
Yeah, you'd be able to.
Thank
You'd be
God.
fine.
Here, Fiona.
Here
So
you
yeah,
go,
time-
Ferdinand.
yeah,
Sorry about
time's
the stinky
wasting.
clothes.
Which he says the same. Time's a wasting.
Then hurry up.
Location, please.
I have
And
your
you
word.
can go. Yes, you have our word. Location, please. And you may go.
15 miles north. You'll find a small river. Follow it for about a quarter of a mile down. You'll find a bridge. Cross that bridge. It's behind a small grove on the left. There's a token force of our people there. They'll likely throw arms down once you show up. I don't care what the hell you do with them.
Is that the last group of yours?
It should be. Any other stragglers? What got routed at that at the village you guys probably found them at? Don't know where they are. Don't care.
If any of them are hurt, I will find you. Not go the easy way.
Any of them are hurt, you'll have to talk to the men who are watching that place. I am in the business of hurting women and children if I've got a choice.
No, just in the business of sealing. It's
He shrugs. Yeah, I'm sure your hands are nice and clean too, bud.
Okay, enough. We need to go.
yeah. Hodin's going to turn in a huff.
And with that, he'll whip the reins, and him and the others will ride off, and we'll leave.
Before we pound the pavement here, would it be easier to? Because Eric, unless there's any other altercations in wrapping this up, would we be able to divide and conquer? Because we are on day 2 of day 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we should probably send a group back because it's also going to take longer to escort women and children home
It is.
and back to the Godswood.
Judging from how far they said they were, if you guys don't bring a large enough force, they might not just surrender. But if you bring the people back and also if you blow the horn and get the paladin with you guys, that might, if you do show up late, that might help.
We could also send a rider ahead.
Yeah,
If there's a paladin ahead, there's a hostage situation.
Send
Yeah.
Ryder.
We can send Ryder, and honestly,
Or you could send
the time-
Thomas.
Oh yeah, he's a messenger.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Either way, we can send somebody ahead, but also the timeline was you should be back by 3 days. If you're not back by 5, then
She wanted you guys back by the end of the 3rd day.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wanted us back on
Yeah.
day 3.
I know, but like the hard like you've
Yeah.
betrayed us timeline
Yeah,
was end of 5.
true.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, Thomas, you guys can send Thomas back, and he could tell them, and they're on their way back. I promise.
It
Yeah.
might honestly be good to send him back, but also still to like call in Ryder and send Ryder along as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I feel as though we should send one of Ryder's men with
Yeah.
him because Ryder is like our warden, kind of.
Yeah.
That's
Plus,
true.
if he shows up at the hostage situation, it's more likely that they're just gonna fucking run too. Like
Yeah.
Toot
between
the
all the shit you
horn.
guys have.
So let's toot the horn. Let's get them here. Let's send
So
Thomas
you,
and one of the people back.
So doo-doo, you guys sound the horn and
Brr, brr, brr.
You guys sound the air horn and someone gets fucking schooled.
Hey, he said three short blows. All I think was the air horn.
I mean,
Pew, pew, pew.
Brr, brr, brr.
Beep.
and so before long, as you guys start riding in that direction, you guys are rejoined by the hunting party with them. Any news? Ryder says.
Well,
Mr.
Oh, go ahead.
oh,
Oh, also, real quick, what are you guys doing with Cutter? That's probably important. Are you taking him prisoner, or are you just gonna take him?
I thought he was dead. I didn't know
Yeah, I thought he was
conscious.
dead.
Well,
If he's not
did the
dead-
spin kick kill him, Cecil?
I mean, we do like taking prisoners, so
Yeah, if
probably
he's
like
not
it was
dead,
probably
then-
just like at the back of the skull that he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah,
Then
We can
he's
take
a
more of his
prisoner.
teeth later.
fair enough.
I have a tooth necklace.
And so it looks like you found something.
We found a number of things, and we need to go.
And I assume you inform him what's going on, and he
Mhm.
nods and says, "I'll send a few of my men back with the boy. They'll get there quickly, and they could take him too." Gesturing to Cutter, he'll only slow us down.
That would probably be a good idea, especially if we could honestly send. Should we send the uniforms too, or should we keep those with us?
I mean, you could take like some of them, and just keep a few, just in case you need them.
Sneaky sneak.
And yeah, so with that, he nods off, and the rest of you guys will continue onwards, and Thomas will nod, and he says, "I'll get there as quickly as I can. I promise."
Please be careful.
He shakes his head. "I'm not the one that's going into another hornet's nest. Make sure those people get out safe, all right?"
Mhm.
And with that, he
He gets a hug.
Do you remember that time that this kid just no-scoped William? Like 360
hey.
no-scope.
Hey, there hasn't been a no scope. There hasn't been any kiss bullshit yet.
and
It's
he
a hug.
he kind of freezes up at the hug for a second, but then he'll return it. After a moment, he just be safe, all right?
Mhm. You too.
And with that, he'll jump up on his borrowed horse and he'll ride off with the others. And yeah, and so with that, you guys begin to head in the direction as quickly as you can, realizing that time is of the essence. And with that, we're gonna take a quick break.
Did you really just don't feel?
As you guys continue swiftly making your way, you go as quickly as you can, and within a few basically it takes you a little bit of time, a little bit longer than you think you would feel comfortable at taking as you ride hard.
Eh.
Okay. And can I have you guys each make a riding check?
Okay. What's the writing check?
It's going to be against 2 difficulty, upgraded once with a setback dice. So 1 purple, 1 red, 1 black.
Is it athletics?
It's,
No, it's an
the
actual
riding
riding
skill.
It's a
check.
little skill, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
What
skill.
the fuck? Where?
Man, I
I
don't want to set back dice.
You can just fly.
yeah. Can I just fly?
Yeah,
Can I
you don't
just-
have to make one.
Can I also just fly on Ferdinand? Or do I
No, you still have to make a
this?
riding check.
No.
Oh, I finally found it. Okay.
Yeah.
1 red and 1 purple. Oh, was there a setback dice? Whoops.
Yes.
Let's take it.
You still succeeded. You're fine.
Yay. I can ride.
Hmm. We'll see. I'm going to see how we all do.
Okay, never mind.
I have
We're
to roll
so
whatever
good at
it is, too.
horses.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm
Like
good at
this-
horses ish.
All right. Did half of you succeed? 1, 2, 2 of you. And so you guys go as fast as you can, but you can tell that the pace in general is a little bit slower than you guys would like to get there in a timely manner, and you're afraid that the place might be in trouble if you don't get there quickly.
Can I use Swift?
It won't really increase your speed, unfortunately.
Um,
It won't give you enough. It won't get the entire group there. That's the problem.
No. Well, I
If
guess we
you-
can turn around.
I mean, you guys can still get there. You're just afraid that if it's possible that some of you guys could possibly ride ahead. Those of you who succeeded, and Cecil, since you literally are flying with your own 2 wings, you guys could get there ahead of time, but you'll be getting there alone without anybody else to try and take
What
care
about
of the situation.
Mr. Ryder there? What about
He'll-
him?
yeah, he could get with you guys if he rode ahead, but he's the only one.
Could I drag in and carry someone?
Yeah, you could
quickly?
take one person.
Wouldn't it be like Orion that you're taking?
Whoever deems themselves intimidating, this is worth carrying privileges.
Could
I
I?
mean, Delphine has a couple things that could.
I was gonna say, could I, as an incidental, just basically use rescue and suffer strain and pull somebody on to take somebody else?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Rescue.
I'm going to go ahead and, since Hoden was the one who did a lot of damage there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Hoden
Okay. So
because
you
he
got
would probably
Hoden,
end up being the most one of the most intimidating people
and you
to go
you
with.
can grab you can grab Orion too, and then Anna and Foe and the rest could just come in from behind, and basically you can use the fact that they're literally on their way to help too. So
Well, also if Hoden can turn into a giant deer, and there is a dragon there too,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
more reinforcements are coming, hopefully that can do something.
Fair.
Nature. Scary.
So yeah, you guys zip in as quickly as you can. One second. And so you guys speed off and break off ahead of the rest of the people and run and ride as hard as you can. And when you break into the clearing, you follow the instructions to a T. And as you break through the clearing, you see the cottage. It's not on fire, but you see 2 of the guards outside. One of them is holding a torch, and they seem to be nervous as you guys come barreling out around. And they look at you guys and ah!
I was gonna land on the guy with the torch.
Oh, were you just going in?
Debatably.
Make a
Go big or go
make a
home.
cool check. Cool check.
Against
Or cool or vigilance actually in this case.
okay. So I have 4 so I've got either 4 green or 1 yellow, 1 green. And what's it against?
It's against nothing. It's basically to see if you can act before he does.
Would you guys prefer a larger pool or a pool that could let me triumph?
I'd say larger pool if I was.
Yeah, I'd say larger pool as well.
Okay.
Pool.
Well, in we go.
Pool.
Suck
You
it!
did it.
Just
Yeah,
barely.
so I'm not going to make you roll for it. You come flying in and just boom and just land on top of the guy, and the torch and just skitters out and puts itself out in the dirt and mud. And the other one like, holy shit! And he like starts scrambling like for his weapon, to like shoot the giant dragon that just came out of the sky.
Orion, this is what this is you. The echoey voice says.
And oh yeah, because Orion's fucking on you, and he. And
There was definitely a hold on tight, by the way.
And yeah, he does. And so as you guys come riding in, and Cecil comes, Orion, like drawing his sword and pointing it down at him, very much is like, stand down and surrender. The rest of your the rest of your gang is has already fallen, and we're here to free these people. If you make a stand against us, we will not hesitate to cut you down.
Damn, boy.
Cecil's gonna growl for some
Dragon growl.
some good.
Grr.
Roar.
All about the presentation.
Exactly.
Let's see. What's these poor fuckers' discipline? Is it nothing?
I do have one in coercion
is.
because I figured as a giant dragon it would
Oh
help.
shit. Okay, yeah.
Orion, come on.
Almost in a. To see, yeah. Well, I mean, he's not great at coercion.
I know.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you one more boost dice because there's a gigantic. No, just a.
So many advantages.
He almost instinctually on accident. Oh, it almost seems like he pulls the trigger on the firearm and it screams wide. Let's see, it's gonna have a 50% chance of hitting somebody. It doesn't even hit anybody. It just and ricochets off it. He drops it. I saw it. I didn't mean to. And he just drops it and like stops.
A wise choice.
It doesn't hit anybody. Like it ricocheted off of the building. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please don't let your beast eat me, please.
Are the rest of us in range to hear?
Yeah,
that?
all of you
I
guys
was-
are here. Yeah.
Who said
And-
anything about eating anyone?
Though I'd consider it for what you were about to do.
as the creature talks in an echoey voice, and he actually starts crying.
Yes.
Please don't cry. Just let us inside.
How many of them are there?
There's just three. It's him pointing at the one that sees us on top of me, and the guy inside.
What's the guy inside doing?
Just making sure that they don't do anything funny. I don't need to have a torch. Only he had a torch. You don't have a torch in here, please.
Okay. I guess we're going inside.
Is the door locked?
It is locked, but it's not a very hard lock. And
Yeah. Can I?
they have a key, or you could just kick the door.
I was like, I kind of want to break it down.
Do it, Hoden. Do an athletics
Break it
check.
down,
again.
Hoden.
Too difficulty.
Check and make sure there's no listen and make sure there's nobody standing right behind it that we could really hurt first, please.
Women and
What if it's
children
the bad
first.
guy?
Boom.
There's nobody standing behind the door immediately that could get hurt, right?
Can you see through doors?
I guess we're hoofing it. Go.
Ah!
All right, cool.
yeah,
You
two
said
difficulty. And get a boost dice because it is an old rickety shack. Poof! Yeah, you kick the door off and it falls clean off of its hinges, and it does in fact hit somebody on the other end. It's the other guy, and the door knocks him clean unconscious as it falls on top of him, as he was coming to see what the commotion was all about.
Well, you were right, Delphine. If that's any consolation.
I mean, at least it was the person we were going to have to tell to stand down, even though I still feel really bad about that.
Well, now he's laying down.
If it makes
He's
you feel
not
better,
dead.
he could be
Hey, right?
resting. Do you want me to check?
No, we have to hurry.
Okay, then he's all right.
Okay.
And you hear screaming coming from the inside. But as soon as you come in, you see probably about 24 citizens, mostly women and children, a couple men that look like farmers and non-combatants. All of them just regular civilians. About a third of them are seem to be Togwell loggers. You see mostly feline and all their hands are bound, and they're like, "What? Oh, wait." One of the feline loggers looks up to you and says, "Who are you?"
I'm Odin. We dealt with the rest of them. We're here to...
Rescue
can't-
you.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, what?
Hi, everybody. I'm Delphine. We're here to take you to safety.
And there's some whispers as people connect the dots with the name.
I did that on
Delphine.
purpose.
By the goddess, one woman says, Delphine Haventree.
Yes, rest in her name. Now let's unbind you.
We have to move quickly, okay? Stay calm and let's get you to safety.
Is there like keys or is it like just
It's rope.
that's-
Yeah, it's just rope, so you can just cut it.
All right. I don't have a knife.
And you guys have enough sharp implements that it won't be an issue.
Okay.
And
I have a knife now.
and yeah, as you guys free them, and they one of the young kids, maybe no older than like 7, actually gives you a hug, Delphine,
Yes! Get hugs back.
because
It's the princess.
Twitch.
when I played to the goddess, I hoped that they would send somebody to save us, and they did.
Oh no.
And the each of them as they stand up, they thank all of you guys, like, mercy, my lords. And are you still in a dragon form outside?
Depends on how many bitches I need to hold down.
I mean, he's still sufficiently held down, as with you being on him. He's still conscious, and he's like,
Step on me.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Please don't eat me.
I'm not in the business of eating anyone.
And so as people see you, they the dragon of Zodia. Like, by the way, the dragon of Zodia is what people are calling.
Hell yeah.
The dragon.
That's the good shit.
Because like Orion is there, clearly Zodian colors, clearly Zodian. Like even an uninformed peasant can recognize this much Zodia.
This much
what's
Zodia
the-
in one place.
What's the name of the place where we were meeting everybody again?
Oh, at the
Godswood.
Godswood. Yeah, the
That's-
Godswood.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If you all wouldn't mind, we would like to take you back with us to the Godswood. That way you can get checked out and you can be safe and we can account for your safety, okay?
And they kind of like look around, and a lot of eyes are still just like looking at Cecil right now, like a little afraid.
Oh,
Some of some of the Togwa and Lagus, though, like a few of them are just like, yeah, fucking dragon, like that'll fucking show up.
Please don't be afraid. Cecil is very nice. She is helping save you.
And I imagine the paladin will get the paladin and the others will get there, and we'll tie up the other
Yeah.
3.
Come done or staying in dragon form until the prisoners can be since dealt
Yeah.
with, and then I will untransform once the proper law authorities get here.
Mommy, she's just a little girl.
it's okay. You're just so small.
I know.
Yeah, because there's a funny dynamic about Lagus and Togwell that never grew up in the Confederacy. They grew up being told that they were wrong for following the dragons, and they were punished for that. And so the ones that are native to here, instead of having that like hatred that the ones over there have, these ones are. It's a little different. Some of
Pretty
them
jacked
actually.
up.
It's kind of like we were the demons to your devil, so like
Hi.
thanks for saving us. Like that's pretty cool of you. It's a weird little inconsistency that happens with Lagus and Togwell that you've started to notice with some of the individuals. Those who never lived outside of Legala kind of have that feeling. But yeah, without too much pomp and circumstance, you guys are able to wrangle them and convince them that Cecil's safe, and that you guys aren't going to eat them. And they go with you, especially after after Ryder mentions that the Archbishop of Arlen is there, as well as Her Radiance Grace Questworth.
Well, let's take a happy, fun time to get back home.
And yeah, you
Well,
guys
not home.
Yeah.
you guys go as quickly as you can without stressing out the travelers, because obviously that would be bad. And you guys after about a day and a half of travel, you guys are going to get there the morning of the 6th, so slightly afterwards, but because you guys sent some people ahead, they were expecting your arrival. And and so far no Archbishop no Archbishop Cresswell, so you still beat her back. And so as you get back to the Godswood, some of the people you brought with actually like drop to their knees and weep tears of joy to be back here safely. Many of these people, as you learned through your time, were people from the raided villages, people who saw their people kidnapped and killed, their families taken from each other, and God knows what other unspeakable things done to their belongings and their loved ones. And it did not take much to convince them that you were here to save them, especially when you had a paladin here. And so as you bring them back, Grace is there. Both Grace and Carter are there waiting for you on the outskirts. Carter has a look of relief on his face. Grace, her expression is a bit more unreadable. You've returned, she says, as they said you would.
Yes, I'm very sorry for the delay, Miss Bishop Grace. We all felt that it would be better that we made sure that these people were returned as close to home as possible, since we know some of them lost everything. We wanted to see them safe.
It seems these last couple of days have been full of surprises. Well done.
Oh.
I thank you all for saving their lives. They've seen enough hardship.
What other surprises?
And at that very moment, you hear a whir shoot through the air, and you see a little tiny something darting through the air almost too fast for you to see what it is. And Delphine, whatever it is, comes flying right towards you.
I guess I'm gonna kind of duck because I don't know what this is.
You duck, and you feel it sneak under and crawl under your shirt and under your armor for a second, and it wriggles around and it tickles. It's really, really. It feels like if you've been like tickled by a feather, it feels kind of like that. And then all of a sudden, boop, the smallest carbuncle you've ever seen in your entire life pops right up out of the collar of your shirt, and its little nose wiggles.
Oh no.
What's your name?
Before it and jumps back out, and it flies back into the town, and it immediately does pretty much the exact same thing to the woman approaching at the end. A woman whom you can only recognize as Archbishop Windborn of Kiva, and she has a rather laid back demeanor as she approaches. Yeah. By the way, that's not a thing that happens. Carbuncles aren't supposed to leave Arcanon.
You know.
And as she approaches, well, if it ain't, well. if it ain't the big saviors of the day, running around saving people all over the place. Gracie and Carter filled me in on what happened. Sorry I wasn't able to find all of you sooner. And yeah, by the way, Grace actually like flinches at that. But I heard there was this meeting going on, and well, I didn't necessarily want to meet it or miss it, especially after my last meeting was so successful. She says, like with wide eyes. My father's as stubborn as he always has been. She shrugs. So I guess all that's wait for now is old lady Ash to make her way back, eh? And Grace shoots a look at her and says, Archbishop Hardwick will be back soon, and I would recommend that you speak to her with the proper terms, Naomi. You know how rude that is, especially in the company of others. She kind of brushes it off, and she's like, You know the Archbishop gets mad at me when I do use her full title anyways.
Wait. Miss Archbishop Ashley hasn't come back yet?
Not yet, no. She should be back soon.
Has anyone heard from her?
Not yet, but the trip to Arcanon would have taken a bit longer for her in her advanced age, and judging from the time, I suspect she'll be here within the next couple of days. I would not fret yourself, Princess. She'll be here soon, and hopefully with the Magisters in tow. At that point, we can get this meeting through, perhaps bring an end about this war. I believe all of these people deserve normalcy after all the terrors that they've felt. And all of the people that you escorted here are being brought in by soldiers and other priests.
Oh, I wasn't sure if we were all here.
I assume we all are.
And Grace nods, and we have things to take care of. Rest. I imagine you're all well exerted from your mission, and I would not have you nodding off during a meeting with such a selection of important personage. And once again, thank you. Perhaps it was a blessing that you all found us, especially if this meeting of Ashley's works. And Carter also nods and smiles, and he says, truly, I know that my mother, after she leaves, I know that my mother can be harsh, but I agree with her, and I agree with all of you.
Wait, so Grace is gone?
Grace left to go take care of other things, and Carter speaks for a second.
Okay, and so Carter and Naomi are both still here.
Yes, they're both here.
There's not a letter from Delia.
Yeah, she did not write a letter. She's going to meet with the person, hopefully, when this all blows over.
So now would be a safe-ish time to pull out the logs?
Yeah, if you wanted.
Oh, since I have you both here, I have something for both of you from Mr. Gatekeeper.
And Delphine would pull out the locks to give to each of them.
I suppose he would have some sort of vested interest in this. You know what this means, yes?
Would I actually know what that means?
Probably not directly.
What exactly would I know?
You would know that it's some sort of symbol that he means, like, of trust of that kind of caliber.
Okay.
I know it is a symbol of trust, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not as well versed in this as I should be.
Well, Delphine, that particular implement actually goes a bit beyond typical trust.
Oh?
When given one of these locks, it effectively grants the bearer the responsibilities and authority to speak with the Archbishop's voice. Most of the churches have similar sorts of iconography. They're not used frequently, but that you have one is proof that he trusts your presence here. My mother would not be pleased to hear that. I'm glad that it seems you did not show her.
I was warned to maybe not mention it around Miss Grace or Miss Ashley.
The gatekeeper has always been shrewd. Well, as far as I'm concerned, once everyone gets here, Grace's words won't be able to say much. You will have as much authority to sit on this meeting as anyone else. Besides all of this, I have things I have to take care of, but Delphine, I wanted to thank you.
Me?
Yes, for being here. It's a privilege to meet you, all of you, really. But to think that that the late Emperor and Empress had another daughter here hiding all this time without us knowing.
Oh, I think some people knew, but that's okay.
Would that I would. My eldest daughter is just around the same age as you. She would have loved to meet you. Perhaps after all this is done.
I'm always game to make new friends.
I think the two of you will get along swimmingly. But alas, I've tarried a bit. I should get back to making sure that the people are safe.
Please let us know if you need any help.
And he nods. Thank you, and may the 3 and 5 watch over all of you in these troubling times.
And,
Can I offer you a lock in these troubling times?
before Naomi turns to go away, Hoden kind of.
Oh, she's not leaving yet. She
Oh,
she
okay.
actually tosses you guys a look like we need to talk.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like once he's gone, like not super subtle, but also Carter doesn't notice.
And Carter can be distracted by Cecil trotting after him for a second. Archbishop,
Oh my goodness, sorry.
no,
uh,
and Cecil flinches
they're like-
harder.
Oh,
Oh,
my apologies.
I'm sorry.
I'm to understand that you helped them save those people, yes?
Why wouldn't I?
There's a lot of questions going around in my faith right now. A lot of troubling thoughts. But I for one am very grateful for what you've done. My mother informed me of what you said when you met with the Archbishop. Her. Well, my mother has always been paranoid. She may believe that this is some sort of grand scheme. I'm not convinced.
Even one vote of confidence is greater than what I started with here. Thank you. And I don't wish to keep you as you were just attempting to leave. But with that in mind, she looks to her left, looks to her right. She looks a little sad, but your sister wanted me to ask you something.
And my sister,
She nods.
she's all right then. Oh, Goddess, I was so worried after all of this, after the chaos and the fighting in Brimrad. The attacks and everything, I was concerned, feared the worst.
It's not over yet, but when I left, she and I have spoken on a number of occasions at this point.
So she's with all of you then?
Cecil nods.
Dalhurst.
I don't again wish to take your time, Archbishop, but
He shakes his head like, this is something I want to hear.
she wanted me to ask you if you remember what happened 20 years ago. Cecil shyly delivers the line, kind of like, yeah.
Leave it to Delia to bring that up, of all things. I do. You must have met her husband then.
Well, we didn't correspond much. I have at least seen him.
She offered to. She wanted me to go with her to help her make a statement, but I was too afraid of what my mother and father would say.
Cecil covers her mouth.
I was young. I was 16, if that. Before she left, she said, sometimes family has to do what feels right, what they truly believe, what they know is right, and that's why she left. For love. God, so I repeated that to myself for the next 10 years, wondering if I had made the right decision. If I shouldn't have gone with her. Yes, she went with her chambermaid, but I was still so afraid. But before she left, she said, it's never too late to make decisions like that. It's never too late to be family. And he actually starts crying a little bit. This is rather embarrassing.
Cecil pats herself down real quick and quickly produces an embroidered handkerchief.
Oh, goodness. You're rather well prepared. Cecil, was it, yes?
Yes.
I feel my sister would not have told you any of this had she not trusted you. And if she trusts you, then that means a lot. Despite the hard feelings that still exist between her and my mother. If she trusts you, that means a great deal. Perhaps this world is more complicated than we thought it was. I'm starting to see that now.
Cecil smiles a little far away, a little old, and that never changes, era to era.
Yes, I suppose you might know that more than most.
Not more, but in a year, humans have taught me just as much as I learned in many, many centuries. So, it's never too late to learn either. Turns out.
Would that my father were here to hear that. He shakes his head.
She smiles softly, and you can keep that if you'd like.
Oh, please, no. He'll give it back. I couldn't. But thank you, Cecil, truly. I'll
And
see you around.
thank you for listening. There's no rhyme or reason that says you have to listen to someone who's supposed to be a clandestine enemy of some sort.
No more or less than you had, no more or less responsibility than you had to save those innocent folk. And yet,
Touche. And so yeah, she'll curtsy.
yeah, with that, he'll smile and will depart to take care of his other business.
I wanted to cover that before we got too far into the thing.
And yeah. So as you guys settle in, you rest and recover your such. You guys can recover all your strain and wounds. You'll be able to be healed and all of that. But as that happens, Naomi's gonna kind of come up to the rest of you guys and hey, real quick, mind if I talk to you guys for a second?
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Oh, wrong one. Hey, you guys are with the Blood of Legali, yeah?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. Well, I don't know what's going to happen at this meeting. I don't know if everybody's going to be on board. And he looks over to you and to Orion and everybody else that's kind of gathered here, and she says, regardless of what happens, you have the support of the Church of Kiva. You have this whole time. I haven't really gotten to say it. I've been a little busy. Sorry. Wasn't able to do what I was trying to. My father has a treasury. It's rather loaded with items of import and power. I was trying to see if I couldn't filch a couple of them for the war effort, but, well, she shrugs. Too many eyes, you know?
Right. Yeah, Hodin is just kind of flabbergasted at that. Like, I don't know how to say that. Thank you. Besides, thank you.
I can't explain why. It's just a feeling. Probably sounds a little silly, but it's something. Have you ever felt deep down when there's something inexplainable, something that drives you, something that that makes you need to do something?
Something
Yeah.
you believe is right.
I guess that's where we're at now. Almost like somebody's telling me that this is the right option. Maybe it's Kiva. She shrugs. Hard to say. And she winks. But regardless of what happens tomorrow, no, regardless of what I say at any meetings, you have our support.
With any luck, you won't be alone.
With any luck. Gracie can have a little bit of trouble pulling that stick out of her ass, but once Ash gets back, I have no doubt that she'll be able to drag her along. Pardon my language, especially to you, your Majesty. She says, bowing to Orion. Oh, please.
Hodin kind of like sifts through his pockets for a second. Been holding on to this for a little bit. Gentleman Connor wanted you to have this. It's something he found in Zodia of all places. I think you're familiar with the inscription, or sorry, the insignia.
she takes a look at it, and her eyes widen, and she, no way! You found this in Zodia?
Yeah, apparently it was during his trip over there.
I have absolutely no idea what this is. I know it came from our family, but how would it get to Zodia?
I'm not exactly versed in things like destiny or anything, but you know, it's just one of those things. What, like you
this
said,
mean?
your message that's you heard. It's just sort of a I
What
don't
could
know,
that?
a wind you follow.
Well, yeah. What if? Huh? I never read about that in any history. It's not that I really read histories very much, but maybe. Well, what if? Huh? Maybe some of my answers went across the ocean to Zodia, brought a couple relics with them. I may have some long lost relatives over there.
Well, as a good friend of mine once has been known to say, fate is a pretty funny thing. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Damn. Oh, sorry again, swearing.
I don't know about anybody else, but I hung out with pirates for a little while. I think I've heard worse.
Yeah,
Was raised,
I guess you would.
worked in a brothel. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Yeah, Hoden
So,
like visibly snorts at that. Like,
So I probably shouldn't be talking to you guys too much more, or it'll get a little suspicious. But she smiles and says, "But I'm here, and if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Not exactly the biggest church, but well, we'll see what we can do."
we appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Naomi.
Stay safe.
You too. And she, with that, she like takes a couple steps backwards and kind of spins on her heel and catches herself with almost an unearthly grace.
Well,
And yeah,
we've got an archbishop. We got one.
but yeah, so as you kind of gather your things and rest for a while, the day continues, and it was pretty early at this point. The day goes by, and you guys are able to rest and heal your injuries. The next day passes, and at this point we're on day 5, and still no sign of the Archbishop. And you can tell as the day goes on, Grace paces more and more, seems to be getting a little bit more antsy. Even with her age, she should be here. But you catch her saying to herself at some point.
Miss Grace, should we go look for her, or should we just wait?
We'll give it one more day. If we don't, we'll try and ride out to see if we can meet them. They have to be on the road. They'll be here soon. I know it. And at that point, a few scouts, a few of the Legolan scouts come up. Your Radiance, Zodians, riding from the southeast. They're coming in peace. They say they must speak with our delegates. It's important. What? She looks over to you, Delphine, and do you know what this is about?
I honestly have no idea. Unless they're informing us of how the other groups did in the things that they were doing. I know some people were going to some pretty dangerous places.
Well, I suppose there's not to do but see them in. We don't have the men to fight them. Not that that's the wise choice anyways. Very well. Bring them in. Gather everyone outside of the chapel. And you guys are all gathered from from the duties and such that you guys are tending to. Before long, as you guys get there, you guys see a small party of Zodian scouts being led by Paris Origa approach. He waves with a smile, but it's a smile that's troubled. Well, at least it was nice and easy to find all of you. Could have been much more interesting had you chosen a more difficult place to find.
Mr. Paris, what's going on?
What's going on indeed? I would much like to know as well. And he looks to Orion and says, Your Majesty, would you like the archbishops to hear this as well? Or do you think this is something you'd like to talk about private? And Orion, I'll leave that to your discretion, General. And very well. Let's just all talk about it now, so that we don't have to say it twice. The blood of the Gala forces are marching on Arcanon. The time for the final battle is approaching, and it seems Magister Millicent is making a gambit of sorts. There exists within Arcanon a weapon of sorts that she's attempting to claim. That weapon she's hoping will turn the tides of the battle. A gambit that could prove devastating for people on both sides of this fight. On top of that, it seems that a sizable force is gathering on an island to the north of Brimrad to attack it as the forces march. They've already begun. Chances are they've begun squaring off, begun the initial points of conflict. Needless to say, it seems this war is being pushed into an early conclusion, my friends. It seems that your meetings with the archbishops may have to wait, unless that's the two of you. She says, or the three of you, pointing at Naomi and Grace and Carter. And Grace shakes her head, and I'm not the Archbishop of Arlen, or of Ashley. My friend, Ashley. Lady Hartwick went to the capital to speak with the Magisters. And Paris, I don't know what to tell you, but the entire city is preparing for war. Chances are she's bunkered herself down and is aiding their war effort. And just then, another voice that you don't recognize chimes. Not exactly. And there's a flicker of shadows, and stepping out from behind the church is a figure that none of you actually recognize at the moment. I'm afraid the Archbishop has been captured.
Has been what?
Has been captured. And the others, the Archbishops obviously recognize her. Daisy Cunningham, intelligence.
Did you say captured?
I did, yes. And branded a heretic of all things. A traitor. It seems Millicent didn't like what she had to say to her. Whatever it was that she had to say was enough for Millicent to make a move. I can't say exactly what the case is. It's getting hot up there, and there's not much that I can do. Not at the moment. Chances are they likely plan to use her as leverage to make you stand down, Grace. If they don't just take her out immediately. They will probably try and get you on their side. That can't be true, Grace says. You're implying that the magistrate of Legala would turn against the church. Such a thing is preposterous. And Daisy shrugs and says, that didn't stop the church from turning against the magistrate, or at least as far as the gatekeeper is concerned. Believe what you wish, Lady Grace. But know that the lines are drawn, and currently it seems that Lady Hartwick is not in a place that you would wish her to be. If you're lucky, you'll be able to save her. But you'll likely have to work with the blood of Legala to do so. If I'm wrong, then please publicly execute me as soon as this is over for high treason. But I don't lie. I can't lie. Such a thing would go against everything that I believe in. You know my family is sworn to defend the Haven trees. And look, there's one right now. She says, gesturing at Delphine.
Yes, there's one here right now, and it's her fault that Miss Archbishop Ashley is in the situation she's in.
Yes, and what do you think she'd say if you started blaming yourself, girl? Steel yourself. There's no time to be blaming yourselves for the cruelty of a tyrant. Of a tyrant? How dare you? And Daisy just holds up a finger. That's enough, Grace. You and I both know the direction that this is going. This will not end peacefully. Peace was never an option with Millicent, and you know it. I commend you for your attempts at bringing this summit together, but all that it proves to me is the individuals who are wise enough to see the truth, wise enough to see that peace can be reached, but that in order to gain peace, you're going to need to fight for it. So tell me, Grace, are you going to fight for it? Or are you going to sit back here hoping that your friend walks through those woods when you know very well that she won't? Go on, call your Templars. As you see Grace like move her hand for a moment. They won't be able to catch me, and you know that. Make the right choice, Grace. That or you'll be turning against well more family than you think you will. And she freezes.
I told you before there were two sides to this conflict. Those looking to profit, those who were looking to profit from it, and those who were looking to end it. You know where we stand. The question is, where will you?
Can I have you guys make a charm check?
Who got the best charm, fam?
I
have
You
3
guys can
ranks
do it
in
as like
now.
a group. Yeah, Delphine, you can go ahead and make it.
I was gonna say I'm on 4 and 4.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes.
I had 0.
Holden, you've been talking up a storm and it's all been great. I don't know why
Yeah.
you don't have ranks in charm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not playing right to my character. My bad.
No,
Honestly, I think you are. Like
You've been
everything that you've
inspired.
said, everything that you said is all things that you've heard from other people. Like it's all
Yeah.
things that you've learned and like have written on your heart. And I think that's fucking great.
And honestly,
Aw.
like your mentors were very charming people. So like it's natural that you would pick up some charm.
Character development.
It's
What?
great.
He's not wrong.
Okay, so
Alright,
what? Oh, go.
If Cecil's making it, then helping hand for 2 boost dice.
You can roll it. I just know what stats I have if that is the thing.
Yeah, well, Cecil can roll it. You can add the 2 boost dice.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like you guys can just have 'em.
Collectively, this is
It'll be against 3 red and 1 purple.
2, 3, and 1 purple.
No setback because you guys collectively can just rip them all apart.
Yeah.
2 boosts from Helping Hands. I also have the 1 boost dice for me, and also this is a proper situation.
It is, yes.
Do have proper operating. That's so many dice.
I feel like Paris probably like listening to Daisy lay the smackdown is like, goodness, were I not engaged? And Penelope out jabs him in the shoulder. And she just flashes him a look that just silently says, not in a million years, Zodiac.
Anything else? Paris does like spies, it's true. I could upgrade it. It's near the end of the night.
It is. This is
Yeah,
probably
go
one of the
for
last
it.
checks
This
that
is
you'll
an
be making.
important one. Yeah.
I mean,
And
I'll get a.
since it's,
Oh, go.
Oh, I was going to say, since it's a group check, would natural apply here if something happens that's wrong? 'Cause-
Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Delphine.
No problem.
Go ahead and upgrade the difficulty once with a Destiny 2, since it's like the check.
Okay, this is 5 yellows, 4 reds, and a bunch of fucking boost dice. Okay, anything else? Last call.
You have gifted, correct?
I do not have gifted. You have.
can add a boost dice from that.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
have
no.
gift
Oh no, wait. Sorry, I do have gifted.
for charm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, both my gifted and Knack Ford are both in charm.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, same.
and okay. Just trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. All right, and off we go. Huh.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep that or do we want to try to re-roll it because of the despair?
2 successes, 1 advantage, 1 despair.
Up to you guys.
I mean, it's technically a success.
Yeah, it's technically a success. It's just, do you want to try?
You could take
like,
it,
do you
or
want
you
to?
could try and re-roll it.
It's like it's up to you guys. I don't care. I do have natural, and Eric said we could use it if we want. Right now, it's a success with the despair.
Well, right now it's namely Yumi and Hoden. So,
Yeah.
The question
mean-
is, do we want to risk it to try and get rid of the despair, or do we want to not?
I
And just
feel like
take the
this is
despair.
like you were talking earlier, like about the decision. This is kind of the decision I think to get them at least grace. The others we know will probably go in line, but yeah, I'd say risk it.
okay, so we're
Risk it to
re-rolling.
try.
Re-roll
The
it.
exact same roll.
Okay. So hold on.
You can
Bump.
blame me.
That up. Same roll. Then we have 4 of these.
I hope this one's even worse. Fail 2 despair.
Jesus Christ!
she draws her tome and fights to the death.
Well,
She says, "All you can say, but Cecil's fucking dead," and assassinates me right there because it's about time. Or she presses
let
a
me
button.
die.
She just pushes a button and Delphine just rockets back to Arcanon, like grows a jetpack and just.
Actually, given the situations that have been described, Delphine is probably going to rocket back to Arcanon. It's her fault. It's her fault Ashley's there.
Okay. And off we go again.
Oh! Hey!
Much better.
Decidedly
Well worth the
better.
risk.
Damn. You know what? I'm gonna re-roll that challenge dice. Still
Nope.
succeeds.
You know what? I'm gonna re-roll.
All right.
All right, fine. Watch
All right.
me.
All right. Well, that
gotta
was
see that
pointless.
happen.
That accomplished literally nothing.
Those successes are mine. Get me.
I love that we said that at the exact same time. Thank you.
activated
Yes.
my trap card.
Grace closes her eyes. How much more does this war intend to take from me? Very well. If what you say is true, then the Church of Ashling will not stand this. Ashley Hartwick would never turn against Legola unless it was for a good reason. And if this is true, and I intend to divine the truth of it, then Millicent's treachery will not stand. The inquest is still active, and she will be brought to justice one way or another if this is true. By the 3 and 5, Daisy. If this is a trick, if this is a lie, I will ensure it. That you will rue this day.
Miss Bishop Grace, if I may, if you would like to go to Arcanon to try and find Miss Archbishop Ashley and figure out what's going on, I will gladly accompany you. I spoke of peace. I wanted compromise, and this is where it landed her. I have to see her home safe. That is my responsibility.
She nods. Very well. Your Highness, I will accompany you. Together we will get to the bottom of this one way or another.
Well, looks like all the Haven trees are going to Arcanon. Hi, fam.
We'll rendezvous with the rest. I assume your siblings are already there.
If something is going on in Arcanon, I would assume that they are there, or on their way. It makes sense. Yes, it's fitting that all of us would be going.
And Orion nods. Indeed. As far as the rest of us, I suppose we should discern where we plan to go as well. If Dalhurst is in trouble, that means that the fleet is as well. But the battle also must be joined. We must deliberate quickly. Paris, can you locate the main column as they approach? And Paris nods and says, as it stands, the Godswood is perfectly in between both Legola and Dalhurst. It will be very easy to find such a large force, not to mention that Donner fellow that Etne keeps on a close leash is rather loud. It's very easy to find him.
I know him.
Yes, well, he needs to be by her side more than ever.
Screams
I'll-
of Etne in the background.
There's much that's happened. Since we're all on the same side now, he says, gesturing to the archbishops, perhaps I should get us caught up. And he will inform you of the status of the last 2 missions, including the deaths of Amara and of Jacob, but the victories in the various places. It's time for war, everyone. Steel yourselves. This is going to be quite a ride.
And, let us not let their deaths be in vain. They gave up everything for us. Let's do them proud.
And with that, we'll go ahead and call it for the evening. We can continue this and any other interactions from across any of these points on Friday, and then again on Monday.